Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Melontosh here, back for week 2 of the GPC. It is time for the team builder. Unfortunately, we did have a pretty rough, to say the least, week 1 match against the Baltimore Braves and Bren. What am I saying right now? He did give us a big fat L, and we kind of need to bounce back from that. We're going up against Matt and his Philadelphia Focus Misses. Love the name. I'm not going to lie, Matt. Really great name. He unfortunately lost as well, so one of us is going to go 0-2, which is really not what we want to be looking for this season. We really want to be the one that is going to 1-1. We have really bad differential, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We just want to be getting some wins under our belt. 1-1 and 0-2 are a big difference in my opinion. 1-1, get us back to 500 would be absolutely amazing. I'm actually pretty happy with the team this week. I haven't had time for mocks really, because we have to play slightly early because my girlfriend is coming to visit this weekend. Hooray, which is pretty great for me. Not that you guys want to know about that, but anyway, just drop in the melon life in there. Just drop in the melon life in there. The team my opponent drafted is the Manaphy, the Latios, the Clefable, the Crocodile, the Klefki, the Entei, the Rotomo, the Porygon, nearly said Pangori, and the Mega Abomasnow. Mega Abomasnow is a really cool pick. I know Matt really likes it as a Mega, so it's awesome that he got to draft it and he's using it. I think that's always the best way to go when you're drafting. In case you guys did miss the draft analysis or week 1, there's 12 mons that we have at our disposal are Mega Kangaskhan, Tapu Bulu, Hulucha, Zydoge, Mimikyu, Fortress, Blastoise, Nidoqueen, Liepard, Gothorita, Leavanny, and the Golem. So my opponent does have a bit of a different drafting strategy to us, where he does have 9 mons. I do actually like his team, but it definitely has some holes and some weaknesses that hopefully we can try and exploit with our team. So going over his team, the biggest threats to my team are the Manaphy and the Latios, while other threats include Clefable and maybe even the Mega Abomasnow, and annoying things like Klefki, Crocodile, Rotomo, and of course Porygon. I think that's the thing with his 9 mons, is that all of them can come every single week, which is really good for him actually. Really good for him. So Manaphy, I'm expecting a 3 attacks tail glow set with leftovers, maybe max HP, not max special attack, not max HP, sorry, max speed, max special attack. Hit smashes through my team. Surf, Ice Beam, Energy Ball just destroys me. I'm very much expecting that. Next up, I'm expecting Latios is his Z-move user. Latios and the Rotomo are his Z-move users, so I'm expecting this thing to be Z-move. Actually, I kind of think it's going to be either 4 attacks or Calm Mind 3 attacks. I'm not really expecting Roost, but he could definitely bring the Roost if he so chooses to. Next up is Clefable, kind of expecting Unaware Clefable, as I do have the Hulucha. If he upstream the Magikarp Clefable, really fearing my Gothorita, then he could be Cosmic Power, which is definitely interesting. However, Nidoqueen basically deals with that thing anyway, as long as I don't give it too much breathing room, which I'm hoping that I can't, but Cosmic Power definitely would be the biggest threat to my team. And next up is Crocodile. I'm not really sure what to expect from this thing. Definitely expecting it to be carrying the Sludge Bomb for my Tapu Bulu, or potentially even Iron Tail, but Sludge Bomb does have the better accuracy. So, and I think he doesn't need much special attack investment to be able to take me out. So I think Sludge Bomb's actually a great pick for him. He could opt for Scarf, as it does. It would be a great Scarf against my team, but I feel like 4 attacks is more likely. Maybe even a bulky set. I'm expecting Intimidate, not Moxie. If I see Moxie, that'd be great for stuff like Kang. Sorry, I don't know what that is. He could potentially be running Rocky Helmet on this thing with Intimidate for my Kangaskhan, but I doubt it. I think his next mon in the Klefki is a much better Rocky Helmet user, along with his Clefable, if I'm honest. Although in this particular matchup with the 6 I am bringing, having like a Shed Shell Clefable would probably be best for him. Unaware Shed Shell Clefable would be a bit of a problem for me, not gonna lie. Klefki has loads of different things it can do. It can Thunder Wave to stop Hulucha from sweeping because it comes in and it gets the priority Thunder Wave off. It can Spike Sack for my team, and I don't have the best removal in Blastoise and Fortress, but the Fortress is really easily exploited this game. It's really not a good bring for me this matchup, so he may want to bring Spike Stacks. He may want Toxic for things like the Tapu Bulu, the Kangaskhan, the Blastoise, what else? I mean, anything on my team really does not really appreciate Toxic because I don't have much reliable recovery or very good heal bellas. He may also want the Flash Cannon to be able to hit my Tapu Bulu hard on the switch in so it can't set up in his face. He may also want Foul Play so that Kangaskhan can't go for subs in his face and just generally good damage against my team. What else was there? He might want Magnet Rise as well, to Magnet Rise up on my Nidoqueen, which would be the obvious switch in, and then he can just set up spikes on me all day, stuff like that. Next up is Entei, kind of expecting Banded or potentially Scarf, definitely just going to be offensive. The other set I have considered is the Power Herb Solar Beam set, because my only real switch in is Blastoise, so he could definitely run Power Herb Solar Beam, or like Natural Griff Grass, something like that. I've seen Gareth run that before, and I've actually run it myself, so Entei is definitely a good bring this game for him. Next up is Rotom Mow. I haven't seen this anything in any of my mocks, but it can be really annoying for my team to deal with. I don't exactly switch in to Electric and Grass particularly well, especially not with like a Will-O-Wisp or a Pain Split or any of the annoying stuff that he does. He may opt to bring this as his Defogger, as I do have lots of hazard options on my team, but he may just want to set up spikes with his Klefki so that I don't have to, so that I'm going to be the one wanting to get rid of hazards. However, I do have Rapid Spin, so that makes no sense. Completely ignore that. Porygon 2 is great bulk for like stuff like all my special attackers, even some of my physical attackers. It just really, you know, it does what Porygon 2 does. Mega Bomb Snow is actually really hard for me to switch into, because it can be physical and special, or it can be mixed, which is kind of problematic for my team, and I don't really have good switch-ins to it, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But I would definitely expect 4 attacks, no hidden techs in there. He'd need Ice Shard for my Zydoge, he'd want like Blizzard, Giga Drain, or like Wood Hammer, or what have you, so I think Earthquake, stuff like that. Maybe Sub would be really quite bad, not gonna lie. Sub would be really bad against my team, but let's get on into my 12. I'm sorry if this is a bit rushed. I already recorded this team builder, and I actually thought I did a really good job, not gonna lie. I came off the recording like, wow, that was one of the best recordings I've done in a while, and then the sound wasn't recording. So that's a bit of a ball ache, I'm not gonna lie. But the 6 we are bringing is the Mega Kangaskhan, the Tapu Bulu, the Nidoqueen, the Blastoise, the Nacho Libre, the Holucha, and the Gothorita. Going over sets with Mama Jackie with Early Bird, I don't know why, it's going to be scrappy in the game, obviously. Return Power Up Punch, Wish Protect, considering having Sucker Punch on this thing, just to hit the Latios. It is going to be my main switch into the Latios. As you can see, this thing is very bulky. I have 248 in HP, 116 in attack, and that attack allows me to 2-hit KO Manaphy with 92 HP, and gives me a 2-hit KO on full HP Manaphy after Stealth Rocks. It also 2-hit KOs most of his offensive team, except for maybe Crook with Intimidate, but I can Power Up Punch on that thing as well, which is great. And Power Up Punch is just there to help me with stuff like Porygon. Originally I had 36 EVs in defense and substitute instead of protect, so that I could sub up on a foul play. If it doesn't trace my parental bond, I can sub up on foul play and the sub will not be broken. But in the end, I felt that Protect was better just because it gave me a better check to Latios, because what the special bulk does for me, the 144 in SPDF and 248 in HP, allows me to live a devastating Draco from Latios. It also allows me to live 2 Specs Dracos from Latios, and if I get on the Protect on the devastating Drake with the Draco Media, I can then take the Draco afterwards, as long as I protect as he goes with Devastating Drake, and a +1 Devastating Drake is in my favor to live, but it is a chance to knock me out. It can also take a +3 Surf from Manaphy, which is really great for me. Other than that, it just, I mean, like, 2 Akio is pretty much his whole team with that investment, which is really great for me. I'm very much considering having a Sucker Punch on this thing, but he should be scared of the Sucker Punch, that's the thing, so I'm not thinking that Latios is going to stay in on me much. As I can just Wish Protect up on that thing. It's important to keep this thing healthy though, because it can take a hit from Manaphy, it can take a hit from the Abomasnow, it can take a hit from Latios, which is 3 of the biggest threats to my team. So next up, we have El Toro, the Tapu Bulu with Yachi Berry, Grassy Surge, Wood Hammer, Horn Leech, Superpower, and Sword Dance. The moves are pretty explanatory. The great thing about these EVs, the 208 and Adamant Attack allows me to still be able to take out a Manaphy when I'm burnt with Wood Hammer in grassy terrain. I can still take out Manaphy, so that's really useful. I can take a +3 Scald with the Archie Berry. Horn Leech can get me back in range of stuff like that. The Superpowers for there for the Abomasnow, for the Porygon, whatever. Sword Dance, I can maybe Sword Dance up on Klefki, because as you can see I have 44 in defense. The speed EVs are to outspeed a four EVs in Rotom. That's what that allows me to outspeed. And the 44 Spadef gives me a 1.2% chance to, Klefki a 1.2% chance to 2-hit KO me after Stealth Rocks. So really, really low chances there, not gonna lie, and I definitely live all day, every day. If he doesn't have rocks up, I can take 2 hits from the Klefki, I can set up a Sword Dance, and then Woodhammer is going to be doing a lot of damage. Trust me, especially if he's Spadef, which I could see him being for the Victoria, the Nidoqueen, but also defensive makes sense because of like my Kangaskhan and Holucha. So either could come. Next up is Victoria, the Nidoqueen, Life Orb, Sheer Force. He doesn't have good switch-ins to this thing at all. Earth Power, Flamethrower, Sludge Wave, and Stealth Rocks. Flamethrower is basically just there so that if he Magnet rises up on the Klefki, I can just go for Flamethrower and hit that thing neutrally. If the thing is, if I do come in on Klefki, which it's very easy for me to come in on Klefki, I will probably Sludge Wave because if he has Latios, then I'm probably going to Sludge Wave because the Earth Power is very obvious, and having Latios have a free switching is really not the best for me. And if he does Magnet Rise, he's not going to be able to do much to me, and I can 2-hit KO him with Flamethrower afterwards. I am max. My special attack mod is with the Life Orb Sheer Force, so I'm going to be absolutely smacking that thing in the face. 88 speed is the same speed tier as Bulu to outspeed a non-speed EV, 4-speed EV Rotom-Mo. So next up is Leonardo the Blastoise making his debut, which is pretty cool. With Scald, Rapid Spin, Brick Break, and Dragon Tail. Something I didn't mention before is that Klefki could definitely run screens against me because my team is so offensive, and that may be the way he wants to deal with my Natural Libre, something like that. Could be cool. Originally I had Refresh, so this thing just pretty much beat the Klefki all day, especially if he was physically defensive. I just beat that thing like all day because I could refresh the Toxic or the Thunder Wave or whatever. But I ended up changing it for Dragon Tail because, one, I don't want to give Latios a free switching, which you can switch into Scald really, really easily, and Latios is a threat to my team. If I Dragon Tail it out, it then puts it in range of Mega Kangaskhan. Look at my team's looking kind of Giovanni, like Nidoqueen, Kangaskhan, looking good. The return from Kangaskhan, it's in range after a Dragon Tail, so that's really nice. And also I have 44, as you can see, EVs in Spadef, which allows me to take 2 energy balls. Gives me a 17% chance for energy ball to 2-shot me. So it'd be very much in my favor that he's not going to be able to 2-shot me with the energy ball. And if I feel like he's going to set up a Tail Glow, I can go for the Dragon Tail. And if he goes for the energy ball, it's not the end of the world. I'm not 2-hit KO'd. And after leftovers, and then if I come back in with Grassy, if I come back in, I can take 2 more Flare Blitzes. And if I come back in afterwards with Grassy Terrain up, obviously not on the Manaphy, because I can take 2 Banded Flare Blitzes, Adamant Banded Flare Blitzes. And then I should be able to heal up again with leftovers and Grassy Terrain, meaning I'll be able to take another 2. So that's really great after I take the 1, because I really don't take that much from one Flare Blitz. So that's really nice for the Blastoise there. But if I don't have Grassy Terrain up, then I can take an Energy Ball plus 2 more, and that's going to be the end for Blastoise. So I can just go for Scald. Hopefully Entei won't be too big a deal. I do have other ways to deal with Entei. So, but I mean, this thing beats Entei. It does beat Entei, and it's only going to be near the end game that I'm going to have to make the play with Dragon Tail. So yeah, and I'm going to have El Toro with Yachi Berry round. So next up is a Nacho Libre with Grassy Seaweed Unburdened. You already know what this is doing. A High Jump Kick, Acrobatic, Sword Stance, and U-Turn is to get my Gothorita to be able to come in more easily. If he wants to switch in his Unaware Clefable on my U-Turn, if I can get it in without the Grassy Seed popping, Grassy Seed popping, maybe on like an Abomasnow or something, if Abomasnow picks up a kill, I can just go for the U-turn, especially if that Abomasnow has been weakened down, which it will be considering my whole team outspeeds it. I can go for U-turn, it will kill the Abomasnow if not, and if he goes Clefable, then I can go into my Gothorita and destroy it. The Spadef EVs are just in case he decides to bring Magic Guard Clefable, which I don't think is the best bring for him, because that means Holucha absolutely destroys it at +2. And after Stealth Rocks, I can take a Moonblast from an uninvested Clefable, so that's really nice for me with the Holucha. Next up is Gothorita. I'm super excited to bring you guys the Gothorita here. I didn't nickname it, but it'll be nicknamed for the match. Don't you guys worry. We are playing tomorrow, so be tuned for that. We're actually playing tomorrow, but today's Thursday, so whatever. We have Eviolite, which actually makes it really quite boldy. Shadow Tag is allowed. with Psyshock, Toxic, Calm Mind, and Rest. This allows me to beat pretty much any variant of Clefable. If he's unaware, for sure I beat it, although I originally had Taunt on here because I was so sure he's going to bring unaware Clefable. But just in case he brings Magic Guard, I should be able to trap and beat the Clefable with this. I'm going to be Toxicing first turn. The only way I wouldn't beat Clefable is if he has Cosmic Power. I won't beat a Cosmic Power Magic Guard Clefable, but I just can't see him bringing. I can't see him bringing that. He needs Stealth Rocks. Like, I could see him maybe bringing a knockoff variant. If he does bring that, though, I can go Victoria, and I'm going to smack that thing silly with a Sludge Wave, even at +2. Even at +2, I'm going to smack that thing silly with a Sludge Wave. But don't get me wrong, it is problematic for me if he is that set, and that's definitely something I could lose to. But I'm fairly confident it's going to be unaware. I'm fairly confident it's going to be unaware. 68 speed EVs are to outspeed Porygon, which I also trap and beat, and I can also potentially trap and beat the Klefki. But Porygon, I outspeed Porygon and Clefable with 24 EVs in speed. There's nothing on my team he really wants to be creeping, so in case he's scared of Gothorita creeping him and puts a few EVs in there, we should be good on that front. So hopefully Gothorita can outspeed those two, means I can get rests off Toxic off. Originally it was for the Taunt, so I could taunt the Clefable, so it just made the whole process quicker, but this way I think it's better. It is slower and more annoying, so I'm sorry for that, Matt, but it is the best way to beat both Unaware and Magic Guard Clefable if he's not Cosmic Power. So that is the team. Tell me your guys' favourite mons and which one you think is going to put in the most work in the comment section down below. But that is going to be all from me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, or if you are feeling like an absolute legend, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. But other than that, I will smell you later.